Okay, so as long as the index is the same, meaning the baby number on the outside, you can add the insides together, add the outsides together. So, well, the insides need to be the same in order for you to add the outsides. So, do they both have a 5 underneath?
Yeah.
Yes, so that means we can add the outsides together. So, -1 minus 1. -1 minus 1.
-2.
-2 square root 5. Okay, can the 5 be simplified?
No.
No. Okay, but what are our magic numbers?
2, 3, 5, 7.
2, 3, 5, 7. Okay, 2, 3, 5, 7. That's what we want to get them all down to.
Is ranking out of the answer.
Okay. Let's go, right. Number 37. Okay, which ones have the same number on the inside? The last two. So that means those ones can get put together. So -2 minus 3. -2 minus 3? -1. So we got -2 square root 6 minus 1 square root 2. Okay, is the 6 a 2, 3, 5, or 7?
No.
No, which means we need to try to simplify it. However, if you would do the 6 like this, 6, what are factors of 6?
2 and 3.
2 and 3. Okay, so can anyone go?
Oh,
No, so 6 stays 6. We can't simplify that any further. So this one is done. Okay, 39. Okay, you would multiply the insides together and then multiply the outsides together. Okay, so insides go with insides, outsides go with outsides. Okay, so 10 times 20?
30. Oh. 200.
200. Okay, so we can say, and I'm going to do this the long way so you can use it on your paper. Okay, so we can say 10 times 20, okay, which gives us 200. Okay, and then we can make the little tree. So with the 200, we got 200, 250, 225, 5, 5. Okay, so who can go?
One group of 2.
One group of 2s. Who else can go? One group of 5s. Okay, so we got one group of 2s can go, one group of 5s can go. So it's going to look like 5 and a 2. Okay, this 2 cannot go, so he's going to go back on the inside. Oops, I put a 5. Should be a 2. Okay, what do we do with that 2, 5 on the outside? Multiply. So 5 times 2
10.
is 10. Okay, 41. The inside pieces go with the inside pieces. The outside pieces go with the outside pieces. Okay. So, is this an inside piece or outside piece? Inside. What's this one? Outside. This one? Inside. Okay, inside pieces go with inside pieces, outside pieces go with outside pieces, okay? So, but either way, you still got to go like this, okay? So, 15, we decided, is that inside or outside? Inside. What about the 4? Outside. So, for this first part, it's going to be 4 square root 15. Okay, really look at it. See what I did. Okay? For the second part, 15, is that inside or outside? Inside the 5. Inside. Okay, so it's going to look like, and again, I'm doing this the really slow way. Okay, it's going to look like 15 times 5.
75.
So it's going to become 75. Okay, so it's going to be 4 square root 15 plus 75. Okay, with the square root. Okay, the 15, is that a 2, 3, 5, 7?
No.
No. Okay, so you're going to have to make the tree. Okay, but with the tree, can anybody go from a 15?
No.
No. So 15 is going to stay 15. 75, those people can go.
5.
We got 3 and 25. 5, 5. Okay, so for the 75, who can go?
5.
One group of 5s. What about the 3?
Go inside.
He's going to go inside. So this is going to become 5 square root 3 for this part. The other part, nothing has changed. Okay, now, are the 2 inside pieces the same?
Nope.
No, so we can't combine them any further. If they were, then you can combine the outsides together. Like if they were 4 square root 3, 5 square root 3, you could combine the 4 and 5 to give you 9 square root 3. Okay? Okay, 43. Again, I'm doing it slow so that way you can look back on your paper. Okay? You don't need to write all this down. But, so this can look like this. 15 over 12. Okay, you can put them all underneath the same one. Okay, and then you can type in 15 over 12 on your calculator. What is 15 over 12? Does that reduce?
5-4.
5-4. Okay, so this becomes 5-4. So it's really like this. Okay, let's just do all in one step. Okay, 15 over 12. Okay, equals 5 over 4. Okay, which then becomes like this. Square root of 5 over square root of 4.
Which is going to be square root of 5 over square root of 2.
Okay, can the 5 simplify?
No.
No, but the 4 can. A square root of 4 is 2. Okay, so this is going to look like then square root of 5 over 2. Okay, we talked about it yesterday, but you can do, like, check these or whatever on your calculator, a lot of them. So you have to show your work. Okay, you have to show your work. It's not optional. Okay, for the 45, 5, you're going to do this part on the calculator. 5 over 4, does that simplify?
No.
No. Okay, what about 12 over 64? 12 over 64.
Yes.
3 over 16?
Yep.
So it's going to look like this. 5 square root 3 over 4 square root 16. Okay, can the 3 simplify? No. Can 16 simplify? Yes, 16 is what?
4.
4. 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, so this part becomes just a plain 4 with no house. Okay, well then it's going to become 5 square root 3 over 4 times 4 ends up being 16. Back to 16. Okay, and then you have to check it one more time. Does 5 over 16 simplify?
No.
No, it does not, but, okay, you would need to check it again, because if that was like a 20, 5 over 20 does simplify, okay? Okay, 47 through 50 is all about solving radicals, okay? So you cannot move the radical or anything until everything is underneath of the radical. Okay, so everything has to be underneath the radical. So if you look at 49, what part is not underneath the radical? 49.
The 30.
Well, so we're not talking in terms of on the other side of the equal sign, the 10. Okay, look at 50. What is not underneath the radical? The 8. Okay, so you would have to move those first. Okay, but, so if you look at 47, everything is underneath the radical other than the other side on the 3. Okay, so how do we get rid of a radical? Anybody remember?
Don't we square everything?
Yeah, you baby 2, baby 2.
What if it's not like a square? It would be like the power to something.
Yes, whatever number's on the outside is the baby number you're going to use. So if there was a 4, you'd say baby 4. Okay, if there was a 10, you'd say baby 10. Okay, what does the baby 2 do on the right side? It cancels it out. Okay, on the other side, it looks like this then. So it looks like 3 squared equals, well, this cancels, so 3k. Okay, so what is 3 squared?
9.
9. So we get 9 equals 3k divided by 3. So we get k equals 3. Okay, if we look at 49, what needs done first?
Let us move the 10.
We need to move the 10. How do we move that 10?
Minus 10.
It is not minus 10.
Divide by 10.
It's divide. Okay, so if something's right next to something, it means times. Okay, so if something's right next to it, it means times. So, otherwise it would have like this one, number 50, it would have a minus right by the 8. If there was a minus, this is a plus. But okay, so you're going to divide both sides by 10. Okay, and so we get square root of 9v equals 30 divided by 10 is 3. Okay, and then what? How do I get rid of the square root? Baby 2, baby 2. Okay, and so we get 9v equals, what is 3 squared? 3 squared. 9.
V equal to,
And then, no, what needs done next, Norm?
oh, divide.
Divide.
It'll be 1.
There you go. So we got v equals 1. Okay, the rest of these should go by pretty quick because we just took a test over this stuff, okay? So hopefully you guys remember most of after this point, okay? Look at 51, 51. Is that growth or decay? That is growth. How do you know it's growth?
Because it's the whole number. It's not
What number?
a 5
Mm-mm.
or
It's the 2. So it's whatever number is attached to the x, okay? It's going to be show you whether it's growth or decay. We're going to make an XY chart with what on it?
-2, -1, 0, 1, 2.
Yeah. -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so we say 5 times 2, and then an empty box, a power box, okay, with a -2 in there. 1.25. Okay. What about for -1? 2.5. 0. 5. 1. Should be 10 and 20. Is that right? Harry's making a face like that's not right.
My calculator must be bugging. Hold on. -2.
There's no negative.
5 4. 5 times 2 to -2 is x1, right?
Okay, so you're gonna go to the -2 line and go up to what? My camera's on. To $1.25. So -2 and then $1.25. Then you're gonna go take your pencil and go over 1 to the left or right? To the right, and that puts us on the -1 line. And then you're gonna go up to what? 250. Then you're gonna go over 1 to the right and go up to what? 5. Go over 1 again and go up to 10. Go over 1 again and go up to 20. Okay, 53, is that growth or decay?
Okay.
It is decay. Okay, so again, you're going to say xy, -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. What are you getting for the first number? 20? It's probably 20, 10, 5, 250, and 1.25. Fuck, I don't know. Don't.
20, 10, 5.
I don't know if that's right, so don't go freaking copy it and get all freaking copy.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we start out at negative 220, and then we're gonna go over 1 to the right and go down to 10, over 1 to the right and go at 5, over 1 250, over 1 125. Okay, it should be the exact opposite of what you just graphed.
Yeah.
Okay? Okay, 8. It says describe the translation. So you're gonna either say growth or decay. So it really looks like b to the x plus or minus h plus or minus k. And again, I would probably write that down. You can use this on your sheet, but so if it's a plus, we're going up. If it's a minus, you're going down. And here, if it's a plus, you're going to the left. If it's a minus, you're going to the right. Okay, and as far as the b, if b is greater than 1, it's growth. If b is less than 1, it's going to be decay. Okay, a lot of you guys, when you were doing your test, you're like, I don't know what to do on this one. But if you would have looked at your review, you could very clearly see that it says, like, what you wrote, like, growth up, down, or left or right. And then you were like, oh, shoot, use the review. Like, that's why you guys are allowed to use them. As soon as I pointed it out, and you're like, oh, I got it. And there was probably 6 of you guys. Okay, so use the review. Okay, so if we're looking at this, what is my K value? According to 55, what is the K value that they have in that spot?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Okay, so it says negative 2, so we're going to go up or down?
Down.
Down, how many?
2.
2, because it says 2. Okay, so we're going to go down 2. Okay, what is my H value? What's next to the X? That's a baby number.
Negative 1.
Negative 1. So is that a minus or a plus?
Minus.
Minus, so we're going to go left or right?
Right.
To the right, how many?
1.
1, because it has a 1 there. So right, 1. What about the big number that's attached to the X?
1/2.
1/2. Is that going to be growth or decay?
Decay.
It is decay. If you don't know fractions, what should you do then? Solve the fraction. So you can type in 1/2 on your calculator and hit SD. Because if it's 5/4, that's bigger than 1. If it's 5/4, so don't think just because it's a fraction that it's going to be automatically decay, because that's not true. Okay, lots of people say, oh, if it's a fraction, it's decay. No, it's not. Okay, if it's 7/3, that's still growth. Okay, 8/3, still growth. So check the fraction. Rewrite each one in exponential form. Okay, so right now this is in the form of log AB = C. We need to take it to this form of, I think it's AC = B. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. That's the one I always get confused. Are you 100% positive?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so if we're matching stuff up, what does it say my A currently is?
1/5.
The 1/5. What's the B?
120.
1/125. C
2.
is 2. Okay, so we've got our A, B, and C. All we need to do is put it in this form. So what is my A?
A 1/5.
1/5. My C
2.
is 2, so it's going to be to the 2 power equals my B.
1/25.
1/125. Okay, this one, this is my A, this is my B, this is my C. Okay, so we say A, which is X, to the C power, so 1 over 18, equals my B, which is Y. Okay, this one is kind of the exact opposite. So we've got AC equals B. We need to turn it into this form of log AB equals C. Okay, so we're just doing the exact opposite. Okay, so this is my A, this is my C, and this is my B. Okay, so we're going to say log A, which is 18, B, what's my B? 18 equals my C. 1. Which one is my baby number on that one? It should be 18. What was it?
1.
Yeah, the 1 was. So make sure that you convert it and it looks like a baby when it's supposed to be a baby, and it looks like a big number if it's supposed to be a big number. Okay, 63 is going to be, this is my A, C, B. Okay, so it's going to look like 11 to the 1 equals 11. Oh no, I just freaking copied it down. Good Lord. It's going to be log of 11, 1 equals 11. It's too many ones. Okay, 65 and 66. You literally just plug it in the calculator. Okay, probably write yourself a note, plug it in.
Wouldn't the 11 be an A?
The one right.
Or yeah, C be an A.
Oh, shoot, yeah. Okay, I rewrote it and then still did it wrong. Thank you. I literally, the first time, I just copied down what the problem said. I didn't even change anything.
it. I thought it was wrong.
Well, you gotta say something. I don't know. That's the third time I wrote it down wrong. This is not even math. It's just rewriting. I don't know what's going on. Okay, 65. We just plug it into the calculator. Okay, you just plug it in the calculator. What do you get?
-3.
-3.
Yep.
Somebody agree? Okay. We're almost done. We got 6 left. Can I scroll? Okay, solve the log. Solve the logs. How do I get rid of the log?
Just get rid of it.
9.
Put the 9. Okay, why the 9? Why a 9?
Because it's a baby
There's a baby 9 there. So it's going to look like log 9 of 9. Okay, I'm going to do this the slow way. So rather than just crossing it off, because some of you guys got confused on your test. Okay, it really looks like this. 9 log 9 b minus 10 equals 9 to the 2 power. It took everything that was normal size and shoved it up and made it a baby. Okay? That's what happened. Okay, now what actually happens on the left side? What actually happens on the left side at this point?
The parentheses
Square.
cancel out.
The 9s all cancel and the parentheses cancel. Okay, and so we're left with this on the left side. Okay, we're left with b minus 10. Okay, 9 squared. This all canceled. Okay, and so we've got b minus 10 equals 9 squared, so that's 81, yep. So b minus 10 equals 81,
Plus 10 on both sides.
plus 10 on both sides.
Cancel out.
So we get b equals 91. Okay, so 69, we're gonna raise both sides to what?
7.
The 7. Okay, so it's gonna look like 7 and 7. So it's gonna look like 7 log 7, 5 minus x equals 7 to the 2 power. Okay, so we get left with 5 minus x equals 49.
Then minus 5 on both sides.
Minus 5 on both sides. 44. Okay, and pause. What sign is in front of the x?
A negative.
A negative. So if there's a negative in front of an x, you have to divide by 1. Okay, you can't just say x equals, it's going to be wrong. Okay, if it's a plus, which is what it normally is, then you don't have to. So this is really going to be negative 1x. So we need to divide.
Negative.
Okay, 71. We're gonna say 19 log 19 negative 3k minus 6 equals 19 log 19 of, I'm gonna say negative 1k. Okay, so what are we left with on the left side? What do we have on the left side?
Negative 3k minus 6.
Negative 3k minus 6. What do we have on the right side?
Negative k.
Negative 1k.
Yeah.
Okay, who needs moved? We need to move things around.
The 1k needs to go on the other side,
Perfect.
and the negative 6 needs to go on the other side.
Okay, where do I put the negative 6 though?
After the 1k.
Yeah, so it's gonna be here. Okay, now if that is confusing to you, I would say add a 0. Okay, like after the 1k, I would say add a 0. Okay, who's gonna cancel out?
6 and
Okay, so I got negative 2k equals 6.
You divide
Divide by negative 2. So we get k equals negative 3. Almost done, we got 3 left. Okay, condensing logs. Okay, what goes with plus?
Multiplication.
First of all, this means make smaller.
Plus is times, minus is divide, correct?
So plus goes to times, minus goes to divide. Okay, on condensing. Okay, so they're gonna give you a plus, you will go to times. They will give you a minus, you will go to divide. Okay, because that kind of helps you out, because expand is a total opposite. Okay, so what needs done first? What needs done first? The 4 in the front. Okay, so if any numbers are up front, they gotta go to the back. Okay, so this is gonna look like natural log 7 plus natural log 10 plus natural log of 11 to the 4th. Okay, then what needs to happen?
You can add the natural log 7 and natural log 10.
Well, we're not gonna add them.
You're gonna multiply them.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna you're gonna add them all together like in a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so natural log parentheses 7 times 10 times 11 to the 4th power. Okay, for expanding, what do they give you? What does it go to?
the opposite.
Okay, what do they give you?
Oh, I was still looking at the other one.
What do they give you?
Oh, is that just the answer?
This is right here.
Yeah, I thought there would be more.
I thought we were
No.
gonna simplify it, there.
Okay, what do they give you?
Log 7?
Like I'm talking in general for rules. What do they give you?
So it'd be 3 log.
Hold on, pause. So, and on this one, we're making it smaller. They give us a minus, it goes to division. What do they give us on
They
expanding?
give us, division, so we have.
They give us division, then that goes to what? Minus, or they give us what? If they don't give us division, what else do they give us?
Addition, multiplication.
Multiplication, and it goes to addition, okay? So if we look at 75, we're trying to make it bigger. We're trying to make it bigger. So it's gonna look like log 7, what's the first one gonna be? 11/3. Okay, right now it says division, so what's that gonna go to? Minus log 7, 3 to the third. Is that our answer?
No.
No, why not? What else needs done?
No, we gotta move the 3 in front of the log.
Yep, so these 3's need to go in front of their log. Okay, what if there was already a number there? Then what do you do?
Just multiply.
Multiply it. So it's gonna look like 3 log 7, 11, minus 3 log 7 of 3. Okay, and then last one, you do use this formula. The P stands for what?
The big one, the first numbers in it.
Yeah, so that's our first number, our investment, okay? This is our investment. Okay, what's the R stand for?
The ratio, or no, it's G,
It's close. What's the R stand for?
I know you put,
it's the percentage, right?
It's the rate, and it goes from a percent to what? A decimal.
N and N. It's right there. Oh, it's-
Okay, what does the N stand for?
That's right. Okay.
The compound. And the T, what's the T stand for? What's the T stand for?
the years.
Time, and it's usually in years. Okay, now, I want you to keep in mind, because some of you guys are like, I don't need to write down the formula, I know it. Are you still gonna know it by next week?
No.
So, then write it down, okay? If you're not gonna know it from a week from now, then probably write it down, okay? If you've got it today, but again, you're not taking your finals until the end of next week, okay? So, make sure that you know what it's gonna remember from then, now, okay? So it's gonna be 1342. 1342, parentheses, 1 plus, what is my rate?
0.09. Oh,
0.09, so 0.09. Okay, my compound, 12. And then over here is gonna be 12 times 10. What do we get?
Three 28, 9,
I got an error.
2.
Is that right?
I don't know, I got an error.
And you typed something wrong.
Wait, no, it's 328, 9. 328, 9.
I did write it down.
I did, 328, 9. Oh, 9?
Yeah.
Angel, read me the numbers.
3289.75.
3289.7.
Yes.
2.
I got 1342.
Well, there's no way that's right because that's our first amount.
I know,
I'll help you in just a second. Okay, so is that better, people? Okay.
Wait, what was
I don't know. Everybody's arguing.